Sometimes doing less is actually more when you're programming in Swift. So let's dive in and take a look at some principles that you can use while coding. It's a classic question, class or structs. Should you use value types? Should you use reference types? Well, if you look at Apple's documentation, actually you should default to struct in all cases. Use a struct unless there's a reason not to, because structs are simpler, value types are easier to deal with. If you default to structs, you're doing things Apple's way and you're defaulting to the simpler way of doing things. When choosing an architecture for your new project, instead of defaulting to a composable architecture or Viper architecture, you should look at the problem you need to solve and then pick the simplest possible architecture to solve the problem. So that's not to say a composable architecture or Viper isn't the right solution to your problem. It's to say look at the problem first and go simple, even if that means choosing MVC, in that it's simple to maintain. Everyone on the team or everyone who might be on the team in the future will know how to use that architecture, and it may well be the right solution for your job. That dream code review where the senior developer looks at your code and says, I never thought that this could be done, I never understood this way of doing things, but your solution's absolutely fantastic, is not actually the goal. The code review should pass through and people should be able to understand it and quickly process and understand and approve your code. It's not about impressing the other people you work with your brilliance of coding. It's more about a small PR that does what it's meant to do and is easily maintainable in the future. And a good measure of that is how fast the code review can be until approval. It's about changing your way of thinking. Many software development companies follow Agile methodologies. Now, this can mean dropping ceremonies that don't apply to your context and making things simpler depending on your company. And this is how you should approach your programming challenges. It should be as simple as possible and remove unnecessary things when they don't fit your context. This is part of being agile, and if we're working in an agile environment, surely your personal software development process should equally be agile. So coding is not actually about proving how clever you are and how you can be faster and better than the others. It's providing a good quality output. And one way you might do that is writing simple, easy to maintain code. And maybe, just maybe, this should be top of your priority list when you sit down to complete that project. Anyway, see you next time.